Welcome to Nerdities. Bitches.
No topic too absurd, no statement too asinine. We are Nerdities, and it's a new year for your ears. Hey, everybody. I'm Mike. Coughing guy right now is?
I am Justin.
Yeah. Where's the other coughing guy? Is he busy really coughing? Yeah. I don't think we have a Kyle for the hot minute. Also, we have
Vin.
Last but not least.
And Joe.
Yeah, that's right. New year, new fears, new
And
tears.
the rest.
New theme?
Looked like you were going to say so. New theme. You heard it. Gets right into the action. No more of this sound effects and sound drops.
Now all the quotes are just for the show.
Mm-hmm. So, I had a fairly relaxed end of the year. Can everyone else concur?
No.
I mean, you were with me for New Year's and Christmas. Some stuff did go down.
Stuff always goes down. It always goes down kind of away from me. I'm there, but I'm not very much involved in it. I shake my head at a lot of things in life.
I'll give the rundown real quick. Zach got sick like 2 days prior to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So it made for a fairly miserable Christmas Eve.
Aww.
Zach got me sick.
Yeah, he did. But Christmas Day wasn't too bad. It was much better, comparatively.
Pretty great now that he's at the point where he knows to open the stuff.
Yeah.
And he's the focus. Everyone in the room is staring at him.
Yeah.
And he's tearing into it. And sometimes just not even caring about a present. Then sometimes hyper focusing on one present and just wanting nothing else but that. And I'm lucky that this year mine was one of them.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a cheat because I just bought him more play balls.
The ball pit is very full right now.
Yeah. I intend for that. I think that's going to get him for every gift opportunity is more balls until it's just...
I think you should until it's full. She'll hate it, but I'll love it.
Every time I get it, it'll be the same size thing, wrapped the same way, and I'll put it down, and I'll look at her, and you know she's just going to...
Fucking hate
And he's going to open it all happy, I'll look at her like, huh? Huh? You think I'm joking. This is my new gimmick.
But Christmas was nice. My sister... brother-in-law, dad, Mike, were all here with us. Boy. It was very relaxed. Food was good. One of my favorite Kellyisms happened on Christmas Day. For those of you that are unaware, Kelly, our former intern, my sister, sometimes has an issue with the English language.
Some words are tricky. You can't falter.
Yeah, where she, spells things really off or, pronounces things weird. Such was the case with catastrophe.
I'll say right out of the gate, I have, in my mind, read this, not aloud. As I'm reading this in a sentence, sometimes said catastrophe to myself in my brain, but stopped and was like, oh, wait, no, that's catastrophe. It's a really weird spell.
Which is how she said it the first time. Was catastrophe.
And then questioned herself.
Yes. She's like...
And answered the question wrong.
Yes. And somehow the word catastrophe came out. And now catastrophe is used against her pretty much any time we've talked to her since Christmas.
You can't screw up around us like that. Even if the two of us don't hear it, we have a junior member with 13-year-old ears who hears what he wants to, he definitely wants to hear people screw up.
Yeah.
So none of us are missing that. And boy, we're going to drive that one into the ground.
Like a shark smelling blood, that kid will circle around the same thing.
Oh, yeah. He just wants our approval. He just wants to make us laugh.
Yeah. The best is when we get him going, though, and he laughs so hard, which is what happened with Catastrophe. Especially because his little brother fucking hates his laugh. It makes everybody
it's fun for everybody.
My brother-in-law broke
that's great.
my fucking toilet seat. on Christmas Day in
Ah,
in our hallway.
Swears he didn't.
Swears he didn't. But like I cleaned the bathroom that morning and it was fine. And like the only other person that uses it is James and Mike occasionally. So like
And I'll tell you, I'm a sit down guy. I'm lazy, so I'm not lifting it up. And I'm all of 175, maybe 180 around the holidays. So I'm not plopping down on it hard.
so I just
He is.
yeah, he's a big boy.
He's a bull in a china shop. It's not just his size. He doesn't know his own strength, and he should.
He's like bulls in the china shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he broke it, and even if he says he didn't, he absolutely gets blamed for it now all the time. So I had to spend $40 of my fucking Home Depot gift card to go get a new toilet seat.
Ooh.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it wasn't the whole toilet he broke. That would have been much more annoying and expensive, and he would have paid
Yeah.
for it.
No, he would have.
That would have sucked.
Yeah, there's no like, oh, the porcelain broke on its own. Come on, you big dumb animal. No.
Yeah. I got. Usually, my sister-in-law is like my favorite present giver. Or at least she has been for like years, which is funny because if anybody's ever been around the two of us, we have a very, very weird dynamic.
One way to put it.
We have a very hate to love relationship.
I think the word contentious fits.
It's not really contentious though. Like it's just I pick
At
on
times
I
it is.
pick on her sometimes when she does stupid things, but it's like my relationship with my actual sister. And with her, she is well aware of the things that annoys me, but she does them anyway, but she tries to be like my kid and like thinks they're smooth about it, but like not really ever at all.
She tries to laugh him off. Like,
Yeah.
oh. And she's not your kid, so it doesn't
Yeah.
float.
Right, but I remind her that she is not my child, and to go to her mother's house. But anyway, she's my favorite present giver, right? And not this year. She did get me really nice Under Armour hoodie and a really nice Under Armour shirt. Michael this year got me one of my two favorite gifts, and it was a book, and it's the Wakanda Files, and it's a nice.
That one? I thought the other one would be the best.
I didn't get a chance to read it yet. I went through Wakanda Files already, and it's a coffee table book, and it's all like the breakdowns that T'Challa and Wakanda have on like each member of the MCU. It's really good.
Full disclosure, that was from Ollie's.
Yeah. Hey,
Good
Ollie's
store.
good store, good picks.
Wasn't too pricey, but it was effective.
My second favorite present I got was the book I picked for myself, but my father bought me, and it was the Binging with Babish cookbook. I've loved that show forever, and it's his show inspired us to do what we're doing with Nerd ETs, and that cookbook is just full of recipes from shows and movies and anime and
It's an excellent purchase. Just the few that you shared with us is all stuff that needs to be tried, and it's much better than like going online and watching the videos. No, it's just, you have the breakdown right there. Some
And-
people work better off of video nowadays. Some people,
And it was really
down.
cool because like for every recipe he gives like a quick short story of like how it was picked over like another specific thing from a show or something, and like his connection to it is really good. And I did not know too much about his background. Like he was previously married and got divorced right as like the show was taking off in its first season. So you hear about that, and like myself, his mom was like a big reason behind his cooking, and he had lost her a few years ago, so
geez.
connected on that. But it's really good. Didn't get my $1,500 chef's knife, but I figured probably wasn't going to happen anyway.
At least you prepared yourself for reality.
Yeah.
Just show of hands. Anybody ever put a $1,500 item on their Christmas list before? Just ever?
Never.
Yeah, Joe.
TV. Computer.
I would
Camera.
never expect anybody. I would never expect
No.
anybody to give me a TV as a gift or a
No.
computer. I'm so particular about those things. I've never.
I totally had a camera on my $1,500 camera. Oh yeah, professional one. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's how you take care of yourself.
Yeah, see, trying to guilt me, Kyle. Shut up. New Year's Eve came. That was a fun thing.
Like he feels guilt.
I think he feels anything.
I had to hit my brother-in-law.
Yeah, I'm personally at the end of hanging out with drunk Keith.
I almost left after the last show, but hung around for this story. So I hope it's good.
So
Find your hit.
I smacked him.
It
Not
wasn't hauling off.
yeah, it wasn't as hard as it could have and should have been, but it was
Yeah.
it was a warning shot.
Oh shit!
Now,
It was
Dolph Lundgren?
it
It
was
was at your house, right?
yeah.
the wake up.
That's what
It was hard enough to be like you're getting close to finding out from your fucking around.
because
Oh,
because
shit.
he had done so many things already that were like, dude, check yourself.
Yeah. So he came with his cousin Kevin, his best man from the wedding, and Kevin's new girlfriend, Kelly, myself, Ashley, the kids, and Mike. Our usual crew of misfits, except with the addition of Kevin and his girlfriend. Now, when my sister had asked me if they could come, I was like, let me talk to Ashley. And Ashley was like, I'm fine with it. They just can't get too drunk and loud because of Zach. And, trying to put him to sleep prior to the ball dropping and all that. I was assured that they were talked to and that everybody was on the same page. I was like, okay, great, because I'd also like to have a good time. They got drunk pretty quick,
As they do.
as they do. And, at first, it was manageable. It was just, we were playing a Name That Tune game, right? And, Keith, even not drunk, would still have done what he was doing anyway, and, just would randomly blurt out the song or who was
Doesn't matter
singing it.
whose turn it was.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
And so, I kept, lightly giving him a tap with the iPad. Just shut up, bro. Just... So, then, it was after we had finished that, he had said something, and Kelly got pissed at him, and she's like, enough. And so he simmered for a little bit, and Kevin at this point was like, I'm fucking wasted. And Keith's like, it's not bad, and kept trying to feed him more beers. And, I felt bad for the new girlfriend because you could tell that she was starting to not feel comfortable. You're in a new environment around people you've never met before anyway. So, you're trying to not come across like that kind of person, and your boyfriend's a drunken mess. So, we all rag on James, right? He's part of the crew. We pick on him.
We try to not make it anything like overly sexual or anything.
Never. It's always stop being a dumbass. Here's spare parts,
Yeah.
bud. And stuff he'll get.
You're gonna grow up one day. You're
Yeah.
gonna grow. When we make jokes that involve sex or drugs or anything, either he knows about it or he'll be like, "What? What do you mean?" We're like, one day you'll get it one day. We shouldn't have played Cards Against Humanity because that's just way too dirty.
But this happened before Cards.
Yes,
This was the
That's
first
why
offense. There was a second time where it did almost come to blows. So he makes a homosexual comment towards my son. And 4 years on this show, as twisted of stuff I can say or things we say to each other or anything like that, it's always been something that I push hard for, that we never use sexuality as like an insult, right? We're all really good at it. It is something personally that I feel is not an insult. You should never use it as an insult. It's not somewhere you go, right? So he makes this comment about James checking out naked dudes in the locker room. And like, I don't know if Mike saw it because he was sitting to the side of James, but like James's face just like almost like he died inside, right? Like not really knowing what to do. And without even thinking, I just go, boom. And I'm like, not fucking cool.
Yeah. Like, Kelly had to put her foot down before that. She was legitimately pissed at him for some of the things he was saying and doing. For pretty much all the things he was saying and doing. For being belligerent, for stoking the fires. Like, Kevin didn't want to drink that much, but he is virtually subservient to Keith. Like, anytime you put the beer in front of his face, he's going to drink it.
But even Kevin, after I hit Keith, was like, that wasn't cool, dude. Like, that was a fucking line you don't cross. And, like, Keith's got that problem where he's still very much a child, so when he says something, he doesn't apologize for it or even realize that it's wrong. He does the thing where he gets real quiet and does, like, a nervous laugh. But,
or it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that he writes off a lot of stuff that he has no cause to write off. Like, this is a minuscule thing, but we were playing the PlayStation and, like, handing the controllers around. And at one point, Kevin just, like, tosses the controller onto the wicker table. Like,
but
controllers.
Kelly snapped at him real quick for that, though.
Yeah. She's like, whoa, that's not cool. And the thing is, both Keith and Kevin were like, oh, it's okay. It's no big thing.
Just
I took 5 seconds.
Later.
Yeah, I took, like, 3 to 5 seconds. I was like, no, I'm gonna say something. I just turned my head to him. I'm like, is it your controller? And that's the good thing about Kevin. He realizes when he screwed up.
Yeah.
He's like, you're right. No, you're right. Because he's an electronics guy. He understands how expensive this stuff is. That's one of the moments I think he realized, I'm being an asshole here.
Yeah.
I'm too drunk. I'm doing stupid stuff.
The problem with Keith is Keith has a lot of money. And Keith is one of those people that has a lot of money and thinks that everybody has a very similar amount of money. So, like, something trivial to him, like a $70 controller, is nothing. But to, like, people, like, the rest of us who, like, scrimp and save and work pretty hard and have, like, little bit of here and there stored away, he just assumes that everybody's on the same equal playing field. It's not like that whatsoever.
To play off of that, currently, I'm doing okay. If one of my controllers broke, I could, without hesitation, go buy a new one. The money specifically isn't the problem. It's the respect.
Absolutely.
The respect for other people's stuff.
Like,
He's gonna force you to act.
Respect.
Bringing up the respect thing, he pissed me off on Christmas Day because they come over and I have Christmas movies on, like you do. And I'm cooking, so I'm not really paying attention, but it was for Ashley and James and stuff. And he, like, hijacks my TV to stream football from his phone. And I go, what are you doing? He's like, I was going to put the game on. I was like, no, you're not. Because you didn't fucking ask me. Can I put it on? No. Because you didn't fucking ask in the first place. So,
if you want to watch the TV, you want to watch the game, go downstairs.
So right before the ball drops, we're playing Cards Against Humanity, which again, probably wasn't the smartest thing. I wasn't in the room at that point. I was upstairs trying to get Zach to sleep because it was after 11 and the dude was still not laying down. So I finally get him down. I come downstairs. I join like two hands. And one of the cards says something, and Keith attacks James again. And I threw my cards down. I go, that's enough. But, like, I did the Justin yell about it. And he, like, tried to say something, and I was like, I said that's enough. And then the game just ended. The ball dropped, and then they left. And I felt really bad, and I didn't get a chance to, like, talk to James about the whole thing, but like, I want him to know that regardless of any kind of preference he has, or anything at all in general, that I'm always going to have his back and defend him in situations like that. And I don't care who the fuck it is. That's my kid. And you won't talk to them like that, either one. I was heated. We went, we cleaned up and went upstairs, and it took me a bit to go to sleep. And Ashley knew, and she's like, "You okay?" And I was like, "No." No, I'm pretty fucking mad.
So I don't know if you realize this or not, because you just watched it this year for the first time. But I've developed that's like one of my slow build trying to warn somebody, especially like in my own house, things. And I don't know if I realized that I was doing it based on this thing or not at first, but like lately I've realized that this is where I got it from. So in the family stone, Kelly Stone, the dad, does it when they're eating dinner. When Sarah Jessica Parker just keeps going and going. And he starts off just calmly saying, "That's enough." Yeah. And then it eventually builds to the point where he like slams the table and screams, "That's enough." I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Like, he's a 13-year-old kid. It is one thing to bust his stones about, like, sucking at a video game or being obnoxious, which he can be. My kid's not perfect.
Yeah. Saying dumb stuff. He says dumb stuff all the time.
All the time.
To annoy us.
Just to get the cheap pop.
Yeah.
But that was a line that was crossed that was not cool with me. It wasn't cool with Ashley. I know
it soured the whole room.
It really did. Like, I didn't even get a chance to talk to Mike about it because he got up and left to go to his mom's the next morning. But like, I saw your face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what your reaction to any of that is.
In what respect? Like how you handle it or what he said?
Both.
Well, what he said obviously was dumb. When it comes to, like, there's certain ways you could play with that and even involve James, and like, because we talk about stuff like that around him more than we probably should. Then again, like when I was his age, I knew way more than he does.
He's gonna be 14 in a month and a half, like, or a month.
Yeah, he should know. Physiologically, he knows. He's gone through the classes, but like the experience of sexuality in social situations has to still be very awkward to him, especially when his father, stepmother, aunt's husband, his uncle that he's known his whole life, and two people he really doesn't know that well. He knows Kevin. None of us had met her.
Yeah.
And it is like, she's a very nice person. She's obviously
really
very nice.
Yeah.
She's cool. She's actually chill. She fit in well.
Yeah.
Those situations, those moments threw it off.
He's also 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
John called me gay in like a public place. Totally not gay, by the way. And I was fucking mortified because I was like, what the fuck? Like, how do you defend yourself?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're so young at that point. Like, you don't know what to do. And he, for all I know, he could be. And like, that would make it even fucking worse for the kid, right?
I mean,
because like already he doesn't know how to like express anything on that level, and then you have someone that's mocking it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't ever use sexuality as a fucking like jab or a joke. It's just, it's not.
It's one of those things.
We change with the times.
We have, but like even
we're not at all.
Even to begin with, even when we first started the show, like I'm fairly open about it. I find other men attractive. Like I don't.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Sure. You know,
whether or not you'd act on that is your own question.
Exactly.
To answer.
But it does. But like to me, that doesn't change anything about anybody, right?
Yes,
I grew up with a friend who was open. Well, if it was a rough time for him, but openly homosexual, right? And we didn't handle it the best because it was not. I never made him feel like an outcast because of that. He would like fall out of our friend circle just because he would act weird, but it had nothing to do with that. It was never like none of us had anything against him being gay. It was just he went through like kind of an emo. It was like an emo phase where he just like kind of shut off from everybody. But like we were always still kind of like, dude, you don't like you can dress however you want, do whatever you want, but like you can still talk to us. Like we're ragging on you like we would normally rag on anybody else in the group, right? A lot of ball busting, but it was never about that. So for me, like I've always tried to maintain that throughout my life, and being someone who, again, I'm pretty open about it. You know, like it is what it is. My sister is bisexual.
I gotta go, guys. Sorry.
That's fine. Love you, Kyle. Feel better.
Love you.
So like, if my kid is, if either one of my kids are, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't change who they are, and that's not something to be held against them. And just like that situation made me so angry on so many levels. And I had only had a shot and a beer. So I wasn't even buzzed. I was just like, it was legit like anger.
The whole situation wasn't allowing you to have the fun you wanted to have.
No, not even
close. And it happens too much when he's around.
A lot.
Well, what pisses me off is kind of going back to he how old's Keith? 28?
36.
Well,
yeah, it changes your whole perspective now, doesn't it?
A little bit, about a year's worth. So, like, James is 13, 14. There's, like, a realm of shit you can say to a kid like that.
Right.
Like, I probably wouldn't say shit like that to him until he's, like, 25.
Right.
Yeah, but you know who you are, essentially.
Yeah. Like, you know who you are, it's like, he can say shit back, and, like, he won't feel like, because I'm a big burly man, because face it, I am, I won't fucking pound him into the ground because he talks shit back. You know, like, we're bros, just whatever. But he crossed two lines, in my opinion. Just, I don't like that.
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, I don't dislike him in a whole, right? Like,
I wouldn't want to be in a hole with him.
He's got his moments where he's a really good guy. He's a teddy bear, but like,
yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. Sober Keith is nice. He's fine. Yeah. He's cool. As soon as he starts drinking, and he's a drinker, it's all downhill.
Yeah, he's one of those drunks that like, I had joked about it with Mike on New Year's Eve. I was like, and you say, fucking Drunkston's terrible. Drunkston's great. Drunkston's
a different kind of energy.
Especially comparing the two.
Drunkston's just annoying.
Drunkston's happy. He loves everything.
Drunkston is unicourse with alcohol.
Yes.
Yeah. Louis people get that line.
Yeah. Loves everything.
Keith is Matt Foley with alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's Vader, Big Van Vader with alcohol. Yeah. He's just
he can be
he doesn't know what he's doing, and when you point it out, he's unwilling to accept what he's doing.
Yes. So like, again, I mean, Kelly was just texting me throughout the show here, but didn't bring any of that up. Like it's a conversation we're gonna have to have. That it it wasn't cool. It's not cool. It's not cool to even. Like, it wasn't cool of me to lose my temper like that. It could have been far worse, though.
Yeah, we've all seen. Your go-to quite often is to punch a thing, and that's not good.
No.
And
I'll admit, it's something I need to work on.
Yeah.
But, like, and it was almost a reactive slap. Like, it was just like, Joe, you remember the time that I blacked out and I had,
Choke the Mexican.
yeah.
Yes, I do.
It was similar to that. So it was just like, I was in shock and then I felt the rage and all of a sudden my hand just went boom. And then, like, normally, if I have some kind of reaction like that, I've, like, instantly in my head, I'm like, don't do that. But, like, this time I was like, no, that was the right thing to do.
Let me put into context the way that was with Justin blacking out. It wasn't a race thing. The dude deserved it. He crossed that line many, many times, and it just boiled over.
That seems to be a constant here. When people keep pushing the same button, eventually you go nuclear.
That's my thing. Like, everybody's always like, you have a temper and you're angry. Yeah, but what you guys don't see is that war in my head where 9 times out of the 10, it could end up like that, but it doesn't, because, like, I start thinking the situation through in my head. The problem is, when the 10th time comes and the 9 previous times don't work out doing it the smart way, the, like, caveman instinct is just like, nope, this is how the situation has to be fucking handled now. And then it goes into fucking autopilot.
There's a conversation Artie and I have had a few times where it's like about raising kids, which is a good parallel to this. Some kids, I don't know this, I've only seen it from the outside, but I kind of agree with this. Some kids you have to handle with kid gloves. You can talk to them and they will get the point. Maybe it's a different angle. They'll help you figure out what they need to learn. Some kids just don't friggin' get it. And you gotta upside the head a little. You gotta grab them and shake them. You gotta be a bit physical. Some people, you can't just describe what they're doing wrong. Maybe they've only ever been taught physically, whether it's this is how you do it or I'm going to smack you until you figure out how it shouldn't be done. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe that's the way the world works.
They need to bring back duels or something.
I agree with that.
Like,
maybe not to the death.
No, not to the death.
Yeah, not to the death.
Fine, like foam swords is fine. Like a foam sword duel. I completely agree. Or like oversized boxing gloves. Fine.
Yeah. Back in the day, if you wouldn't accept a duel, you were labeled as a coward.
Yes.
If you were a coward, that was like one of the worst things you could be. And they kind of got rid of that, which obviously I don't want to get into a gunfight with anyone in the middle of the fucking road because it's dumb. But also, like, it's just kind of more putting your money where your mouth is, like, because people love to talk shit, especially with technology now you can have behind your computer or whatever. But even to a degree to where you kind of sit back and you're like, I should choke you right now because you think you can do and say whatever you want because you have fat tits and you're protected by laws. And whatchamacallit, they gotta bring it back. Some people just need to get slapped, dude. That's just all it is to it.
Gotta know that there's physical ramifications sometimes.
Yeah. But because I am Samurai Ronin, I keep my sword sheathed. And I don't raise my fist to no one, not never. See,
listen, I follow the Rurouni Kenshin style, you know?
Yes.
It's a reverse blade, so it doesn't kill.
Yep.
But sometimes the motherfucker's gotta know, you know?
Yep.
So
you gonna get a split, boy.
It was a little stressful New Year's Eve.
That was good philosophy. Anybody else have anything worth talking about for their New Year's?
So right before Christmas, Beth's car needed to get jumped. So it shut off out of nowhere. So went to jump it. Took a while. Finally jumped it. She got a new battery about a year and a half ago. We're like, maybe the battery is defective. Take it to the place. We take it to the place, and they're like, "Oh, we won't be able to look at it for at least a couple days." And they're like, "Okay, well, we're going to Tennessee, and then when we get back, we'll hopefully it will be done." So Christmas was great. We had fun, ate some good food, hung out with the family. The next day, I drove 11 and a half hours down to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And we get there, and Beth's sister rented a cabin, and it was her sister, her husband, nieces, our nieces, her aunt and uncle were all going to be in this cabin, and we're like, okay, it's pretty tight for us, so let's get a hotel room. So we get a hotel room, and then we walk around downtown Gatlinburg. I picture Times Square, the Seaside Boardwalk, if they lost the Civil War. That is downtown Gatlinburg.
I have been to downtown Gatlinburg. I didn't expect such an accurate appraisal.
It is.
That's pretty good. It wants to be Times Square.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It wants to be Seaside.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite.
Mm-hmm.
It wants to be modern.
Mm-mm.
There are touches of New Hope in there. There are these little... There's a honey store with, like... I don't know if you stopped in that place. There's with, like, raw honey, and it's like, oh, okay, this is really modern. This is like the Chipotle of honey places. Oh, okay.
It was, we had great barbecue. That's one thing I can say. We went downtown Gatlinburg. We went to this pit barbecue place. The ribs were phenomenal. It was great. So we go to the hotel, and the next day, I am sick as a fucking dog. I don't get out of bed. Beth goes on a redneck tour with her sister and her aunt and uncle. They do this moonshine thing. Like, they have fun. I am in bed, just sick as a dog.
Coming out the front, coming out the back.
Both.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Ooh,
oh,
like a lawn spinner. Nice.
Yeah, my stomach just went, nope. Positive. I have a gastro appointment on the 11th, so hopefully whatever's wrong with me gets fixed.
So it wasn't the food? It was just you?
No, it wasn't the food. It's me. It's been this ongoing stomach thing I've had for years.
Maybe you don't tolerate gluten?
I don't know. There's no pattern. There is absolutely no pattern to any of this.
Have you kept a journal? That's how you see a pattern.
It's weird. Like, I'll eat ribs, no problem. Barbecue, no problem. One day, just my stomach just goes, hey, yep, nope. Sometimes it's pasta, and out of nowhere, I'm fine. And then, or peanut butter, just random things. So then the next day we explore Pigeon Forge. Pigeon Forge is every chain imaginable, intertwined with freaking arcades and mini golf places. If there's a fast food chain that's east of the Mississippi, it's there in Pigeon Forge.
Oh, so it's like the Myrtle Beach of the South.
Yes.
Myrtle Beach is all golf.
But
and if you don't want to golf...
But isn't Myrtle Beach in the South?
South Carolina? It's not really the South. That's the lower north.
South.
And it's not quite. Once you get to Georgia, then you're in the South.
Yeah, oh yeah.
South Kakalaka, they have their own accent. So it's quite like Myrtle. Woo! Myrtle really is, yeah. It really is just golf courses. And if you don't want to do that, you can mini golf. Mm-hmm. Or drink. Yeah. Nothing else going on there.
We did one of those alpine coasters, though, where you go down the mountain on a little, like... It was like
fun. Action park style?
Yeah. You go up to the top of the mountain, and they bring you up the little lift. It's like and then you're on the track, and you lift the things, and you go down, and
it was dangerous.
Cool. It was cool, and then I'm getting out of it, and my car gets bumped, and my ankle gets boom with the side of the black and blue still hurts.
Oh, Jesus.
Top it all off with Tennessee and Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and all that. This is like the country music capital of all that. I despise country music. I hate country music. I can't stand country music. So, yeah. But we make the best of everything, you know. We still make the best of the crazy, insane traffic and the gazillion people that's there and all that stuff. We still have fun. We were supposed to get back Saturday. We're by this point, I'm
we're
freaking.
supposed to film on Saturday.
I'm like, yeah. So
Been nice.
we check out of the hotel early. They let us check out early. We go to our sister's cabin and we hang out there for a little bit. And I'm like, you know what? Let's start driving. You know, so we beat that DC traffic, so we're not going to hit DC at when it's freaking bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
11 and a half hours. I called Mavis, the place where her car is at. I'm just like, hey, just following up. What's the deal with the car? We haven't heard from you. And they're like, we're going to call you tomorrow. We haven't gotten to it yet. You know, once the mechanic gets to it, we'll let you know. Like, okay. We get back at 11:30 at night. I'm freaking exhausted. Next day, they call, say, okay, we want to talk to you. Yeah.
Ominous.
So get there, because they're supposed to replace the starter. This whole thing, they're just like, oh, it's a starter. It's a starter. It's a starter. Like, okay. They replaced the starter, and the car still doesn't start. Yeah.
It's a no starter.
It's a no starter. So they're like, oh, and it's throwing codes. And one's for the camshaft, the other one's for the O2 sensor, and there was one other thing, and it didn't do any of this before. You kept saying it was a starter, and it's not the starter. So they charge us just for the part. They didn't charge us for the 5 hours of labor that they claim the starter cost.
Mighty white of them.
Yeah. And they're like, bring it to a dealership, and, they should be able to clear the codes, or take it to the dealership and trade the car in. So that's what we did. We bought a car. Beth got a brand new EV Chevy Bolt.
Nice.
Yeah, we're electronic.
Nice.
It's
after I give the review of one of the movies I watched over the break. I'm rethinking electric vehicles.
It's cool. It's different. If you haven't driven one, it's fast. Oh yeah.
There's no lag.
No lag. You push that accelerator, yeah.
But
You're in the bat pod. It just keeps revving.
Mm-hmm.
But when Skynet takes over, that speed's gonna be used for your demise.
There's no computers in every car. You're always acting like computers aren't in everything.
No.
Something new's got electric. Oh, that's going to be the thing that kills you. That's going to turn into a transformer. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's cool. It's cool. It's got this thing called one pedal drive, and you use the regular accelerator, but you let off to brake, and it saves your brakes. So as soon as you let off, the car slows down automatically, and it recharges the battery as it does that. It's weird. It's hard to get used to, but Beth has a safe car. She started her new job today, so
yay.
She has to commute, so she has a safe car. So I'm happy.
Where's she at now?
Hackensack Meridian, up in Brick.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's close.
yeah.
Not much of a commute, really. What, like 20 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes, but Parkway.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Vinny, did you have an interesting time?
No.
Or should we? Okay, we just skip to the news.
Go for it.
Let's
Vinny,
Skip to the news, actually.
catch
Tell us
it.
about the thing behind you.
Oh,
You should.
Oh,
Oh no!
Yeah. The best gift you got all Christmas
the best gift I got
ever.
was this obnoxious fucking picture.
Okay, let me just estimate that this thing is 3.5 by 3. I'm guessing maybe 4 by 3.
I would imagine
Yeah.
It's about accurate, right?
It's pretty big.
something ridiculous. I want to hold it up to my TV that's 65 inches.
So everybody out there listening to this, you want to check this out on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you put it up on YouTube?
Oh yeah, I love it, dude. I love that picture.
We had to for this.
My papa got me this, and my papa loves me, and I love my papa. So obviously, I love the gift.
Well, we should
Don't know
for
where
those
this
who
is
can't. those who can't watch YouTube right now or don't usually go on, it is a picture of those dimensions that I just laid out of our lovely Vincent and his bride to be, or his current bride. She did say yes on a ship.
My wife, Maritime Log's
His
wife.
Yes. The two of their faces, massive, at least twice the size of real life.
Dumb.
I
No
love it.
picture should be this big unless it's a painted portrait above your fireplace in your marble mansion. Or that's it. Or you're captain of a ship and it's in your captain's quarters.
Your galley,
Yeah, true.
That's about it.
Any image that big should have a horse or a cannon in it.
Yeah. I can't even. Anywho,
So that's your Christmas. That's
Christmas
your
was great. Family's great. New Year's boring. Watched a couple movies. Was gonna watch Rebel Moon, but I said, nah.
Yeah, I don't think any of us did.
Thought better of it. No, you
That's
wanted us to watch it. You're like,
I-
oh, we're gonna do it on
yeah,
Saturday.
We ended up not getting into it on Saturday.
Yeah,
And then James
No, thankfully.
marathon the fucking Narnia movies until I was like, I can't stand it anymore.
Oh yeah,
You gotta, like, lower your
I was just going with the
vibration.
flow. Yeah, I was just going with the flow.
You gotta
And they put
lower
the third one on.
yourself.
You
There's three of those?
walked in and you just no.
It was the third one.
I think that might have started. That might have primed your Justin Pump to not be able to deal with Keith because you're like, wait, the third one? No, give me the remote. Find something else.
I can't. So, like, I'm the most anti-binge person ever on the planet. I can't binge more than, like, 2 of something. Right?
yeah.
Because then I just get bored. Then
Yeah.
I'm bored. Then I'm like, okay. Like, I just can't.
Check out.
Even when it's something really good, right? I can't fucking do it. I need the variety. Like, I need something else. Like, I don't care. Like, every night, most nights, because of how Zach falls asleep, Ash and I will only watch, like, 2 shows. And it'll be the same 2 shows for however long it takes us to finish a season, right? But it's an episode of one, an episode of other. We grew up in a time and during a generation where, like, weekly television was very much a thing, right? There was no dropping of things all at once. So, like, that is my viewing habit. That is what I'm used to. It was the fucking Friday night, you had your TGIF, and then you had to wait all the way till the next Friday night for the continuation of those stories, of those shows. It's always been like that. So I can't do just, like, back to back to back to back. The only time I've ever done it, and I was fine with doing it, was when Zach first came home and I'd gotten through, like, the first 7 seasons of Letterkenny in, like, 3 weeks.
You can blow through those really
That's
fast.
different. Letterkenny's very different because it really is like 3 shows going on at once.
Right. Right. So because of that, it keeps my, like, show ADD to a minimum because everything else is usually just this one thing.
Yeah.
It's almost like a variety skit show, Letterkenny, where it is just the different things going
You're
on.
bouncing from one group and then they'll interact,
Sure.
but it's always very, very limited. And sometimes they're all interacting. It's almost never the same thing,
Yeah.
and it's varied. And you're sitting there anyway, and you need something to just to have on while the kid's fussing.
Yeah. But, like, it's even with anime, right? I on record for 10 years of this show. I love anime. But I can't
Really?
do more.
I've never done-
I cannot do more than 3 episodes of an anime in a row. No matter how good it is. I still have to fucking check out and do something else.
I'm very similar. I can't do 1 episode of anime in a row anymore.
I can't either.
Anime is the country music of
shows
nerdity.
and, shows and music in general, guys. So, like, yeah, so James had started the first one and I was fine, it was on. And the second one rolled on and him and Ash were watching and Mike was in the living room anyway and I was just putzing around doing whatever in the kitchen. And then, like, I came out and finally had a chance to sit down Saturday morning. And I'm like,
You did the
second one's still on?
second one?
And James was like, no, it's the third one. I was like, no, turn it the fuck off. Give me the fucking remote. I'm like, I can't. I cannot do 3. I cannot. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, I'm not yelling at you. I can't do 3 of these
I'm
movies.
not angry at you. I'm angry at the situation.
I just can't
This
fucking. I
shouldn't be
can't do
happening.
it, kid. I cannot
Beth
do it.
did the same thing to me during my Christmas Carol
Marathons.
marathon type thing by like the 4th or 5th
Dude,
one.
I could not watch more than one version of that a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same story.
I totally agree with that. Yeah, even how some versions of it set it up very differently.
Sure.
You could watch a Muppet Christmas Carol, and then you could watch Scrooged, and you look at it face value. These are totally different.
Totally
movies.
different, but they're not.
Same story, totally different. You watch the George C. Scott, and then you watch the Muppets, and then you watch Mickey, and then you watch Patrick Stewart, and then
Yeah, he can't do it.
Friggin' Dickens do you
Can't
need?
fucking do it.
Beth put it. She's just like, we should watch the one with the guy who has no eyes. Like, what? She's like, the guy with no eyes, Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, does she think Mr. Magoo had his eyes cut out?
Well, no. The whole time his eyes are closed. There's like only like 3 parts of the entire movie where he's like has like, his eyes open. The entire movie, his eyes are closed, so he's
That's the
no
Magoo
eyes.
thing. Yeah, they're slits. He never, unless he gets really excited, it's just slits. I
Get
can't
a
believe
good laugh
pulled
on
up
that
that many. All right, so let's get into reviews then, because they're really, as far as trailers, no real casting.
Well,
there was casting.
there's the breaking news that I just sent you about an uncasting.
Yeah, I haven't seen that on my dirt sheet, so I won't put 100% faith in it. But
I
it's
saw on
not
Twitter.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steven Yeun dropped out of Thunderbolts.
That's breaking
I-
news.
I'm guessing after what happened with Kirkman, he got fired
Maybe.
because Kirkman dropped nonchalantly that he was going to be playing the Sentry,
Yeah.
and that's a big thing, dude. I'm guessing he got penalized for that.
That's
or they were going to
that's
do
a-
something to him. He's like, I'm out.
That's sad.
Which, yeah, it stinks. I would like to have seen him in something Marvel. Maybe not that character.
Marvel is
He's probably not
eyeing a
gonna-
replacement for Jonathan Majors, and Coleman Domingo is the name that's being thrown around heavily.
Coleman Domingo.
Fear the Walking Dead. Oh,
I've not seen any.
Coleman Domingo. He was in Lincoln.
Okay, all right. That's right.
He was in
Strong
42.
choice.
Yeah, he was
Basically,
Unicron's
it's a strong
voice
choice.
in Rise of the Beasts.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Selma, Lincoln, handful of stuff. All right, so he's got the bona fides. Let me see if I saved the.
He's a little older.
You know
than
what?
Jonathan Majors.
You know what though? If they're gonna do something where he was like the Prime Kang, like the Prime variant or whatever kind of shenanigans they are working with, if he's a little older, I'd like it.
Yeah.
Someone put up this dude who's popped up in a lot of stuff. I just sent it to the group.
Ooh.
I don't know his name. We've all seen him. And he was the guy who was the messenger in 300 who got kicked down the well.
Yeah.
That's Seal.
That's
No,
not coming
that's-
out.
Oh, that's not
That's
Seal. That's.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get focusing.
No, close though.
Yeah. That guy. There we go.
Not gonna focus. I think
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's
that guy would be a strong.
so.
Sure, that's in his 30s.
If I was joking around this at work today, if they weren't gonna recast Kang and we're just gonna just axe the character, they do they have the best way of doing it for Deadpool 3. Opening of the movie, Kang, boom,
Oh, come on,
and
let's play that.
There we go.
Deadpool killing Kang would just ruin that ever.
Yeah,
Just put the bullet
If
in
they
Kang.
want-
let's not
Yeah.
do that. Let's not do that.
No, it's not going to happen. But it would. If
a little
Disney
more
wanted that easy
than
way out, it would have been that.
No, if they wanted the easy way out, his story technically ended at the fucking end of Loki season 2. That's the easy way out. You don't have to go any further. There's no need for any more explanation. But given that he's
they ended
like
his story 3 times. They
yeah,
could not go there anymore.
given the fact that he's like one of the most major villains in the Marvel universe, like you've already lost one of the major heroes that you weren't willing to recast. Fucking bite the bullet and recast Kang.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you gotta do. But recast the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Trailers. Rebel Moon Part 2. Yep. The second part.
Is this the director's cut?
Okay, so that's the only
No.
other
This is the sequel
Moon,
to the shitty part.
trailers. Oh, there was a trailer for that? Huh?
Yeah, there was a trailer.
So, Michael said he watched Rebel Moon,
Did he?
and he said, which pisses me off, 2 things. It's not that bad, which I don't believe you. And 2, it definitely needs a second one. And I go, okay, well, that's not a movie then.
He
And the movie.
he loved Avatar 2, so I take what he says with a grain of salt.
Yeah, it's true. Damn it,
I mean,
Michael.
if it's Avatar, then alright, it might be a watchable movie once and then get on with your life.
Yeah.
Why didn't he just make this a miniseries if he's going to make a 3-hour movie that has a part 2?
Well,
8 episodes.
technically it's a 5-hour movie between the 2 parts. And it's not the full version anyway. And that's why he has to release the super duper better director's cut.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know how to fucking make movies to begin with.
Yeah.
He should just stick to making zombie movies. All the zombie movies are good, or at least enjoyable. Army of the Dead was fun.
Makes me want to go back to our previous conversation about just some people just need a little,
Yeah.
hey, make better movies
He works out
or just make a show.
too. He's a butt. You had to understand. He's a
Is he?
yeah. It's 2 reviews now. Yeah. He
His name is
he
Zach.
works. He's in pretty good shape,
Mike, you're a little laggy.
dude. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Come
Still?
on, Zach.
No, you're better. Well, you're better when you move back. It's fine now.
Yeah.
When you were like leaning in, you got choppy. Nope, never mind. I lied. You're still choppy.
That's weird.
We'll see what side.
All right, let's try and get through this. Still bad. Still horrendous.
So far, so good.
Yeah, it's better.
All right, let's try and plow ahead. Let's do reviews.
Reviews.
No more gagging and lollying.
I got reviews.
Am I the only person who finished What If Season 2?
Yes.
Yes, I'm 5 episodes in.
I did 3.
I've done none.
I enjoyed all of it. None.
No.
I kind of like
I
the
hate
fact
it.
that this version of What If, first one, which was the first one?
No, the Christmas one.
No, I like the Christmas one was fun.
Of course you did. It's fucking
What,
Christmas.
the Die Hard one?
Yeah, the Die Hard one.
How'd you hate the Die Hard one?
Given, how'd you hate the Die Hard one?
Well, A, it's too campy and it just... Like, that chick, Darcy is her name?
Mm-hmm.
My thing with this is, what did they leave on the table when they were pitching these episodes that they go, yeah, let's have a nice Darcy, Happy Hogan episode about Christmas.
I like Happy.
'Cause
I like Happy
Darcy
too.
and Happy are fan favorites. They're people that we don't get to see enough of. And when Darcy showed up in the Las Vegas Thor episode, she was fun.
But there's other heroes you could jump down the alleyway with and do stuff for, and they chose these 2.
She's only in the one episode, so it's like, you know what? Fans love her.
Too
Let's
many.
give her one where she's not integral.
Too many.
She's supporting in a Happy Hogan episode. I don't see the problem in that.
I will refrain from saying support these nuts. I won't say it.
Didn't say it.
I'm not going to say it.
You didn't say it.
So
The whole
you didn't
thing-
watch the Mad Max episode?
I saw the first two episodes. Is that the fourth one?
That was the one after Christmas.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Found them all very fun.
yeah. I like the spins they're putting on it, and it's different than the first season. So far for me, because I didn't finish it, but it's different, but it's still really entertaining, and I like the different scenarios with the characters.
Vin, don't watch the Cohorty episode. The Native American one.
Oh,
You have to read the whole time. It's all subtitled. You have to read the whole time. You're not going to be into it. Yeah, she speaks in their native dialect, and the only other characters that show up in it, for the most part, are Spanish people. And it's really weird when you hear a Native American dialect, and you're like, wow, this is odd. I don't know any of these words. And then Spanish people pop up, and you're like, oh, I understand this way better. I don't speak Spanish, but I understand some of their words.
A Mohawk woman ventures into the waters of the Forbidden Lake to help save her people. Is it the plot for
Pretty cool.
Avatar 3? Is it the plot for Avatar 3?
It's pretty sweet.
Could be.
Letterkenny ended.
I watched the first episode.
I have
I
to
didn't.
get through season 10 and 11 first.
Well, as we said previously, they're pretty quick views.
I started 10 already.
10 I was happy with.
That's what I
11 I wasn't as happy with 11. 12 they ended it very strong. Not just like the episodes as they went were good, because they were. The final episode wraps everything up really well. And it's not like they could never come back, but I found it to be very emotional, because they don't necessarily get schmaltzy, but you know how they like to take time to just use music with shots, generally in slow motion. That's pretty much how it ends.
Oh,
But they do some really evocative stuff with it, as far as I'm concerned.
last year, the last season 11, the last episode got pretty emotional at the end, even though it was a silly episode until the end. The women's
Was
day.
that the yeah? Because that was one of their "we're taking a stand" episodes on something.
Mhm.
But it's whenever Wayne gets serious about a thing,
Yeah.
it starts to get emotional.
Yeah.
Whenever he takes something to heart, like because he's our conduit to the whole show, then yeah. And that's part of this season too. You see a lot of it in the trailers where a lot of characters are like, I think I'm moving on. And how he deals with everyone getting weird. There's an overarching story with Daryl and the D-Gens
Okay.
that makes you wonder the whole time what's going to happen. And it's pretty, like, he's got some, you always knew throughout the show Daryl's got some issues. They don't go, like, deep into his issues, but they start to, like, lay out his place in that group, his place in the whole, like, world of Letterkenny. It was always kind of like, oh yeah, why was he friends with these guys and not them? I enjoyed it. And of course there's some really great scenes with him being silly amongst stupid people. I was happy. Great way to end it. Justin and I watched a film that came out many moons ago. It actually came out in 2016.
Yeah.
And we hadn't, and I didn't think it was that old. I'd heard something about it, but it's another one where you hear something about it and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I'll check that out one day.
It's a
and then most of a decade goes
Christmas movie, Joe.
by. Okay, first of all, it's not a Christmas movie. It happens to take place during Christmas. This movie could have happened at any time of the year, and it would not have affected the plot.
Oh, just like Die
Better
Hard?
watch out. Just like Die Hard.
Just like Die
Same
Hard.
exact thing. Just like that. Better watch out. And it's the only thing has to do with it is the title. The time of year it takes place is superfluous. They just pulled the name for it because it happens that time of year. You might have seen the trailer for it. They play it in the trailer as if it's Home Alone, except the kid's really fucked up. And when the invaders come, he does some damage. That's not the movie. I will say, their advertising campaign pulled a complete 180 on
Yeah.
the reality of the movie.
There,
Because it is,
There's a
Still thinking about
point.
whether or not I like it.
There's a point in which the movie changes tracks from where it started,
Completely.
and you're just like, it was me, Mike, and Ashley. It was Christmas Eve, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. So we're watching this on Christmas Eve, and we just like a thing happens, and we're just like, wait, what the fuck?
There's a dynamic when we watch movies. Ashley, as you might have picked up, is hard to please with some things. She's very definite. She knows what she likes. She knows what she doesn't like. And when the switch happened, when the plot twist, the swerve occurred, she said out loud, I don't know if I like this movie. I don't know if I enjoy this. And this is the first time I've watched a movie with Ashley where I turned to her and I was like, you know what? I agree.
I agree.
I don't know if I like where this is going. By the end, I still wasn't sure. And I don't want to give too many details away, because was it on? Is
It was on Prime.
So it's available for anyone who has Prime to watch. And I kind of think people should to gather their own opinion of it. I will say, messed up. Not going to give anything away by saying it is messed up.
Yeah.
What happens in this movie?
There's a nice, there's multiple twists. There's a very nice twist at the end.
Yeah, the denouement is excellent. So maybe it is a good movie, but they play with you and what you think this thing's going to be. So you know, kudos to them for messing with our heads.
Yeah.
Were there any other reviews?
I have reviews.
Oh, okay.
Joe,
you want to get yours out?
Joe, go ahead.
So, Christmas Day marked the return of the Doctor Who Christmas special, Church on Ruby Road.
I still haven't watched that.
Oh, you didn't watch it? Oh.
No.
Trixie got was
Kept telling myself.
first full adventure. Phenomenal. I think he's going to be a great Doctor. There's a swerve at the end, and it stinks that we have to wait 3 months, I think, for this season to start, because when you get to the swerve at the end, you're like, okay.
Game-changing swerve or like?
It's out of nowhere. The swerve at the end, you're like, okay. It's a confusion. It's like I want to know more, but it's out of nowhere.
Where are they going to go from here? Kind of swerve.
It's not the Doctor and Ruby's character. Yeah, it's not them. There's something with Ruby's character that you're questioned in a flashback, and you're like, that person in this scene kind of looks familiar, but she's cloaked. But you're like, you could kind of, if they go one route, I don't want to spoil anything. If they go one route for this one character and her origins, that'd be pretty cool. But the swerve at the end has nothing to do with those characters. It's out of nowhere, and you question it. It's like literally right at the end. You're like, what? Wait, what?
I'll probably watch that while I'm just down here hanging out one day.
Mm-hmm. But Russell T. Davis, thank you for bringing back the Christmas specials. Shutigawa, looking forward to more.
Justin, reviews?
I do. Okay. I got to play Super Mario Wonder over our Christmas break.
Oh. LSD the game.
Boy, is it. Holy fuck. I texted you guys because my first real interaction with the Wonder Flower caused the warp pipes in the level to start going like this, extending and going
up as like a wave pattern.
It was like a wave pattern, and then Koopa Troopas came out, and they started doing a dance number, and the music changed, and then you could still kill them while they were doing the dance number. And this sounds like I'm making it up, but I'm not.
From what I'm hearing, it really is the oddest thing they've ever done.
And it's fucking great. It really is fun. I haven't had this much fun playing a video game in a long time because it's like fun, not like, no, this is challenging fun, or like, oh, look at this thing explode fun. No, this is just like, oh, this is what an untethered imagination feels like again. So I recommend everybody play it. Go out of your way to find the ability to play this. Joe, you have a Switch you haven't given up yet? Dust it off. Go buy Mario Wonder. Thank me after you play.
Vin has it.
Oh,
Vin has it.
Now? Vin, go get Mario Wonder. Incredible.
Vin had it. He was supposed to give it to Joe. Remember? That was the gimmick?
Whatever.
Yep. I found it. I couldn't find it, but I found it. I looked really hard this time. Accidentally.
Just play it. Whoever can, just play it. Mike, the next time you're over, we're going to have to let you play. Because it's fucking... It's insane. Alright. Started watching the live-action Yu Yu Hakusho show on Netflix. Vinny was watching...
What else did you get to?
I just did episode 1 today. Fun. I don't mind that they dubbed it for lazy Americans like me.
Yep.
Yusuke's mom's hot.
Yep.
The action is incredible. They do a really good job condensing like the first 7-8 episodes of the anime into an hour-long episode of the show. Really cool. I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to finishing that up. I also, today, watched Leave the World Behind.
Yeah,
that is the
Julia Roberts,
Mahershala Ali, Kevin Bacon, and the one that looks like Ethan Hawke.
Okay. Isn't there another dude who looks
like that?
I couldn't see them. Isn't there another dude who looks like Mahershala Ali in it? But it's like, it's not him.
No, he's in it.
Could have swore there's another dude.
A very think-heavy movie, like a lot of thought.
Well put.
It's terrifying in the way of, oh, this legitimately could happen right now, and this is how people would do it to us, and wow, we're really fucked because we rely way too much on technology.
Kind of figured that's what it was about.
They, like, the bad guys, who it's never, like, really thrown out there exactly who is doing this to our country, weaponized Teslas.
Okay.
Because of
not literally Teslas, but like...
No. Tesla, the car brand.
They say Tesla in it? Like, they allowed the name Tesla to be turned into a weapon?
Yep.
Wow, Musk is a desperate man now.
Because
Why are you mad about it?
Because of the autopilot feature.
Okay.
It was really good. And then the end happens. And, like... just like with Better Watch Out... and Ashley going, I don't think I like this. This was a flat out, I fucking hate that.
From her or from both of you?
No, from her. Direct. Those were her exact words. And I laughed. It was... I can understand why he ended the movie that way. It was almost a dick move, though. Because the storytelling is great. Like, Sam Esmail does a really good job at telling the story about these two families and what would happen in situations like this, and like socioeconomic prejudices. It's really good. And then he does the ending, and it just ends. And you're like, whoa, well, fuck you.
Falls off a cliff story-wise, just nothing.
No.
There's a thing. There's an occurrence that occurs.
There's it's very much like watching a 2.5 hour long TV episode and getting a to be continued.
Okay, that's annoying.
Oh, a Zack Snyder movie?
No. Far from a Zack Snyder movie. This had plot and like story and very little explosion. Very little.
Everything was told at the normal speed.
Yeah. No slow motions or anything. It was very much a look at like humanity currently, and it was
Pure sci-fi.
It's good. I liked it, but I mean I can agree with people who are like fuck that movie when the end comes.
Yeah, it's a little interesting to note that when this movie was coming out, probably a little bit before that, the news was talking about cyber attacks and how they could happen any day now. They're just waiting for it.
Yeah.
And then was talking about a solar flare that could take out the power grid.
And then this movie happens.
Could.
About that same thing. And
what's all this R&D? Like, we can't protect ourselves from any of that stuff. We just have no defense.
You can't really protect yourself from a solar flare. You don't have that much lead to cover everything with.
It's laid out.
It's electro.
It's laid out in the movie how the situation goes the way it does and why it does. And it's very like it's super realistic of how it's explained, and you're like, oh fuck. It's good, and I think people should watch it. I know certain people who would watch it and hate it. Vinny, you'll like everything about it except the last 5 minutes.
I heard John told me to watch it. He said, you have to watch it, was his words.
I mean, you really should. Everybody should watch it. Just to like...
That's declarative.
Just to be like, oh, okay, well, at least if something like this goes down, I kind of know, like, why and what we're in store for.
So, well, I'll say this. If stuff like this does happen, a few years ago, my friends and we got into survival tactics. I have many books on survivalism, foraging for food, building traps, makeshift fishing rods, etc., etc. So when
there's a problem with all that.
No, there's not. Because
and what happens in the film?
As I put my war paint on and I go into the woods and I go to find you guys to make sure you guys are okay, and we start our own little village, and you guys call me El Presidente, and I make sure that you guys are safe from afar.
Yeah, El Presidente, when you're outside and there's low levels of radiation from like things that are going on, how are you protecting from that?
Yeah, I figured fallout would be a part of it when the nuclear power plants don't have anything to control there.
Obviously, I would probably take on that radiation and I would evolve into a mutant being.
It's not how that works. Unfortunately.
It's not how it works. Based on what? Science? Dweeb? Read a comic book. I'll get bit by a radioactive rabbit, and then I'll be able to run really fast.
Outrun the radiation.
Yeah.
Outrun it.
Okay.
Is that the end
That's
of
a good
reviews?
review. Yeah.
Do you want me to just run through the little bit of news there is?
Yeah, it's because the only bit of news I have is that Marvel is extending their What If comic series in different directions. And the first announcement they've made is there's going to be an Aliens What If. What if Carter Burke had survived the movie Aliens? Co-written by Paul Reiser. Ooh. So yeah, I'll have to pick that up.
Okay.
One of the most vile characters in sci-fi history. I want to know what would happen if he had not gotten his face bit off. That's all I've got for news.
A Smash Brothers movie is being pitched through DreamWorks and Nintendo. We kind of got Illumination and Nintendo. We got a little taste of that
Preview. Yeah.
in Super Mario Brothers, so that'll be cool.
It seems like they're building to that, like they're Avengers.
Yeah, the writer of Rebel Moon is like, I can understand people's gripes with the movie not being the greatest, but like the director's cut's really where it's at. So I enjoy that he's low key throwing shade at the fact that Zack doesn't know how to fucking make a movie correctly. Killer Clowns from Outer Space might be coming to a streaming service near you as a series.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about that too.
I mean, you could have a lot of fun with today's technology.
A sequel
expanding on the ideas they
series.
did. A sequel series? I'm a lot more inclined to sequel series. I love the deep sequel for some reason.
Yeah.
If they get those characters back, those annoying people, yeah.
Yeah. Come 2025, you'll be able to go to a Netflix store. The Netflix store is going to sell merchandise.
Buy awful. Okay, not sell videos, just sell Netflix
No.
merchandise.
Hold on, Mike. I didn't finish. Merchandise, food products, and movies and video games.
But they tried doing the movie thing, and nobody uses physical media anymore.
Well, I think now that people realize that their licenses could be yanked from them at any given moment for digital media, then there's still a market. At the exact same time, Best Buy is getting rid of all their physical stuff.
Yeah. What is incredible about this is Netflix came about and put an end to Blockbuster, which essentially is the store that Netflix is going to be opening.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be opening an FYE Blockbuster.
Yeah. It's incredible. The Spiderwick Chronicles show that was canned over at Disney may have found some new life either on Netflix or Prime. So that's good for anybody who wanted that series. Zach Levi still doesn't understand why everybody hates Shazam! Fury of the Gods. And he's just like, when fielded a question about, well, don't you feel you played the character a bit too immature? And he goes, I was trying to match the maturity of the young actor who was playing Billy Batson. To which I said out loud to myself, because clearly Zach Levi wasn't in the room with me, nah, dude, because he was way more mature than you were.
Mm-hmm.
And
he was an angsty teenager.
Yeah.
You were a freaking goofball.
Yeah, you were bad. Bad, bro. It was bad. And I liked your first movie. That second movie's not good. Sorry, Zach Levi. In food-related news, prior to the food news itself, some studies have been done that shows sour candy can stop panic attacks.
Really?
So what the research...
Is that why you have the Patch Kids around?
Now, well, it just so happens I got a lot of Sour Patch for Christmas. It's my favorite candy. But, so what happens is, during the panic attack, the sour candy, sending the whole like sour reaction from your taste buds to your brain, takes your brain's focus off the panic and anxiety and drives it into a completely different direction. Thus, like, throwing the brakes on the panic attack and letting you, like, regain your faculties.
I'm wondering if something like super hot stuff would do that, or would it just accelerate?
It exacerbates. So, like, I know for me personally, if I start feeling too warm and I start having a panic attack, like, it's bad. Cold helps me calm down. But now that I have all the Sour Patch Kids, I haven't had one recently. But I will be trying it out to see.
Reminds me of Major Payne. There's in the beginning of the movie, a guy had his leg blown off. Major Payne goes up to him and he goes, "Hey, want me to teach you a little trick? Take your mind off that pain?" The guy's like, "Yeah, please." So he breaks his finger.
It's not. I don't think it's the same thing.
Well met. Well met. So food news.
Food news, baby. Here we go. Hope you guys are fucking ready.
No, but keep going.
Where's my fart noise, Joe?
Victory Brewing Company has a Tasty Cake coffee cake flavored beer. Available now.
Where's that?
I mean, most local liquor stores now, because Victory's pretty wide,
nationwide now.
widespread. International Delight Coffee Creamers has a new line of Bridgerton-inspired flavors. There's Bridgerton Berries and Creamer, Bridgerton English Toffee Creamer, and a Bridgerton Berries and Cream iced coffee pre-made in a carton.
You're losing us.
French's creamy dill pickle mustard spread hitting store shelves this year. This
You're
month,
losing
actually.
me.
Entenmann's is dropping 2 new products called Brownie Drizzle Drops, a triple chocolate and a creamy caramel version.
Okay. Been interested again.
Mm-hmm. Blue Bunny back in the news with a chocolate-covered strawberry limited edition and twist cherry chocolate flavors coming for Valentine's Day.
Red. Okay, red's a big thing. Red and pink.
Yeah.
Sure.
Little Debbie has 8 motherfucking Valentine's items. Valentine's mini donuts, Valentine's cakes, extra large Valentine's cakes, then heart-shaped Valentine's cakes, heart-shaped Valentine's cakes chocolate, Valentine's Nutty Buddies, Valentine's cherry cordial, Valentine's cakes strawberry, and Valentine's brownie, heart-shaped brownies. Nothing says I love you like super cheap, overly sugared treats.
Yeah. Love and diabetes.
Van Leeuwen's winter collection is dropping in Walmart's exclusively. Cookie butter ice cream, salted chocolate truffle, Thai iced tea, red velvet cake, chocolate covered strawberry, and king cake. Yeah, Joe.
King cake?
King cake.
Okay.
What is king cake?
King cake is a cinnamon cake like bread, down for like Mardi Gras. It's got icing on it and the traditional Mardi Gras colored sugars. They also have champagne flavored ice cream, Van Leeuwen, for the new year. The Peanuts are doing a cross promotion with Hershey's Kisses, so expect Snoopy and the gang to be all over the Valentine's Day chocolates. Native. We're echoing. Why are we echoing? No, we're not echoing. We're fine now. Native deodorant / body washes are dropping a line of Girl Scout products. Coconut caramel.
Stop it! If you guys want to go to bed, I'll just finish up in there. If you guys want to go to bed, I'll finish up in there.
Thin mint and peanut butter body wash.
Richard's got something to shower.
All 4 of those flavors or scents are available in deodorant as well. So you can smell like a Tagalong or a Thin Mint or a Samoa if that's your deal.
I might go for Thin Mint.
Yeah.
I probably would too.
I'd be licking my hands though.
I mean,
my everything.
They are vegan. They're made with edible products. There's no...
I just feel weird.
Whatever.
I'm not a cat.
Golden Grams S'mores hopped in a time machine from the 80s and is dropping on store shelves as we speak. This was the Golden Graham S'more cereal, which had both regular Golden Graham and chocolate Golden Graham, along with miniature marshmallows.
How is that not still a thing? Why would they get rid of that?
I mean, it was big back in the mid 80s. I think it was like 85, 86 through maybe 88. And then
It's just obvious.
Then it got pulled. I don't know. Don't ask me, motherfucker. I don't know. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups love their shapes, and they're finally dropping one shaped like a fucking peanut. Because, duh. Why?
Yeah, I can't believe they've held...
Right?
How they held off this long.
This long. I don't normally like any of the weird flavors Peeps does. However, Peeps marshmallow Rice Krispie treats flavored Peeps.
That's a hat on a hat. That's redundant because the flavor of marshmallow of like Rice Krispie treats is marshmallow.
But it's marshmallow and butter and malted rice cereal. Rice. I have to try them. I have to try these. Needs to be done for the show.
We're going to try. Yeah. I'll take like a quarter of one.
And the last...
That's all you need.
The last food I have here is Smart Food Popcorn. Chocolate glazed donut flavor.
Now the smart in Smart Food is that they're healthy, right?
I mean, comparatively... to most other bag snacks, they are.
And the only ways to get something to taste like a glazed donut is to make a glazed donut or do some kind of horrendous scientific experiment to put flavors together to recreate.
It would just be like a chocolate kettle corn glaze, which still isn't that bad if we're like putting it up against those Little Debbie treats. We had the hot cocoa flavor. That's pretty fucking good. Yeah. So we're gonna have to try this when it comes out because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good. Mm-hmm. I have a nerd and
really hard to screw that up.
Yeah, I have a nerd and a douche. Both are wrestling related. If nobody has anything, I will go. Okay, over the weekend was AEW's World's End pay-per-view on Saturday night. And just hours before the pay-per-view, wrestling journalist Nick Hausman goes on Twitter and he drops some horseshit about insinuating that Chris Jericho sexually assaulted an AEW wrestler. Twitter went off, fire Jericho, do this, do that. The crowd in the arena was booing him, yelling NDA and all this shit. It turns out today, Nick Hausman, the ass clown who spread these vile rumors on Saturday, walked back all the allegations he was making. And looks like a giant piece of shit. And also made all these people look like pieces of shit for attacking a dude when no allegations came from the female wrestler herself. Nothing would ever happen. Like, nothing was said. There was nothing from her. It was just this guy was saying it was this. And then now he's trying to say, well, that's not who we were talking about. Blah, blah, blah. I've heard things, yada, yada, yada. Nah, dude. You're mad because you're friends with CM Punk. Jericho's not friends with Punk. Jericho called Punk out for his actions in the company. Got into a drunken argument on Christmas Eve that does not look good for Jericho with Punk's lawyer on Twitter. And this is how you reacted. You reacted with trying to slander him, and now you look like a fucking piece of shit.
It does sound very negligent. Like, if you're a journalist, and you're supposed to have integrity, you should verify your sources. And if you don't have any, don't make things up.
Yeah, you should be held fucking accountable.
Yeah, don't just rely on hearsay. You need facts.
So,
to be a reputable journalist.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I'd agree.
my nerd of the week. One Adam Cole, Bebe. Not for revealing himself to be the devil against his best bud, MJF. We already knew that was coming. MJF losing the title to Samoa Joe over the weekend. No. He is nerd of the week because on New Year's Day, after the aftermath of the turn on his so-called best friend, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, he released Adam Cole's top 3 video games of 2023. Blasphemous 2, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and Lies of P. That might seem just like 3 random titles to anybody, except when you realize that Blasphemy, Tears, and Lies are the titles of those movies after he turned on his best friend.
You think it's a coded message, or you just really like those games?
It's him playing. It's him being heel, 100%. Okay. To that, bravo! You get nerd of the week for that.
Very nice. Very nice.
Also, I'm nerd of the week, and I will be this entire month because it's my 40th birthday, and you will join us on the live stream on January 16th, my legit birthday, because I am King Justin, and I rule, and this is the year of Justin, and kneel before me pours.
All right, there's no better way to end a show. Wait, no, there's every better way to end a show, but let's just end it anyway. Guess if you like what you hear, nerdities.com, all the socials, go to socials, type in nerdities.
Yeah, Google nerdities.
Just don't do that, because sometimes porn comes up, and
Wait, we have porn?
well, we don't. It's like German fan recreation porn.
Ew.
Wait, really?
No, I'm making that up.
Damn it!
That'd be cool though. We do have German fans. We have a German fan site still. It's still there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
NERDATIES.
Yeah, just
that.
You could Google that. And one of those links would be to nerdities.myspreadshop.com, where you can buy our wares, ball gags, nipple clamps, all branded, of course, merkins, t-shirts.
That word is just always funny.
Merkin?
Yeah, that
t-shirts,
will never not be funny.
Hats, toques.
Toques?
Yeah, like it's another word for a skull cap. However you want to look at it. Cool cutoffs if you want to be like the buff gym dude and wear sweet t-shirts with all of Mike's cool designs on it. You can do that. I'm not stopping you. There's moisture wicking shirts too. We have like Under Armour style nerdity shirts for everybody.
I have one. I have one of the premium ones. It's very nice.
No. That's the premium shirt. Did you actually get the moisture wicking shirt? Because they're on there. Not every design has it, but I think like the company logo one does. And hoodies, because you all fucking begged for them, yet I don't think we fucking sold one. Weird how that happens. Congratulations, pores and fatties, on your New Year's resolutions to be better and get healthy, but let's face it, like most things in your life, you're going to fucking fail at it. So, let's just cut to the chase here and go to sinfulcreationsbyjustin.com and get yourself some sweet treats. And you know what? I shouldn't just... Maybe you will. Maybe you will do better and you're going to be healthier. And I have options for that too. We have gluten-free and vegan options. The vegan stuff is pretty fucking healthy. You know what? It's a sweet treat, but you don't have to feel so bad eating it. And it lowers your footprint in the fucking environment. It's good all the way around. Just do something for yourself nice, okay? Just from me to you. Because I care. Joe?
Check us out on youtube.com/nerdities. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell.
Smash that bell, bitch.
Smash the bell. Hit the subscribe button. Basically, Follow us. Get notified when new stuff's coming. Because a whole lot of new stuff's coming for 2024, including feature films, TV shows, cooking shows, more shorts, more live shows.
More everything.
More everything. Just more nerdities. You know, nerdities.com.
Nerdities the lunchbox.
Nerdities the flamethrower. If you want to give us a...
Do we have a lunchbox?
Yeah, we do have a fucking lunchbox.
Yeah,
I'm not
actually,
kidding.
there is one.
There is a lunchbox.
Yeah. I'm definitely not going to buy that. I don't need one, but that's good to know.
If you want to give us a budget for all these YouTube projects and all these projects we have...
Joe will suck your dick.
Write to us at nerdities@gmail.com. We'll croon, we'll swoon, we'll talk about your business and or product.
And since Joe keeps forgetting to hype them, our upcoming live shows, January 16th, like we said earlier, it's my birthday show. Come celebrate it with me. I'll have my Venmo up. You can, send me money for my birthday if you want, so I could buy a $1,500 chef's knife. And our February live show is going to be the Nerdies Awards. We haven't done it in a few years. It's our version of the Oscars, but better because we don't exclude all the actual fun stuff to watch. And I'll definitely be dressed up in a suit to present my awards. I don't know if everybody else will go the distance or at least throw a jacket on, but I promise you, I'll be looking dapper.
Don't forget, guys, you really only have to put one on from the waist up.
It's true. My dick will be hanging out.
Mm-hmm. You said it like it's not right now.
It's not. It's cold down here in the basement. My pants are on. My nips are hard.
All right. The nipples.
Oh, what's my bed last night?
What?
Nothing.
No, what'd you say?
All right.
Mike, take it away.
I have a question.
The Nerdies crew are idiotic and poetic that, but don't worry, next week's will be far more insulting. What?
Have you ever had one of those?
Grown man naked?
No, that's all the time. Have you ever had one of those intimacy sessions with your loved one where, like, not that it's ever bad, but you have one that's so good that, like, afterwards you're both kind of like, good fucking job.
like go team?
Yeah, like there's like a high five.
Pound.
But there was pounding.
Yeah, should be pounding before.
There's no butt slaps all around over here.
It was like butt slapping. It was just like that was like fucking bravo.
Oh, runs.
Yeah. Last night was one of those.
I'm pretty sure I have. I have no memory of it because it's been so long, but I'm pretty sure we've both done well when there was both of us, when there was two people involved. But
it was so good. Last night was the old good game, bro. And even this morning, we looked at each other like, last night, right? Fist bump.
That's nice.
All right. Thank you for watching Nerdities.
I'm happy for all of you. It's good. At least some guys. Bye-bye.
And remember, next week, brand new show debuting, Justin and Vin's Tinfoil Hat Society.
See how long this one lasts.
At least the fucking season,
So
bro.
much to talk about.
There's a lot.
I'll prepare for the vids this week. I'm sending some visual aid.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Because of the end of civilization, the Clamp Cable Network now leaves the air. We hope you have enjoyed our programming, but more importantly, we hope you have enjoyed life.